We're back, John.
All right.
This is man, this match is it's one that it's a good one.
Who is it?
Well, it's myself against Jay Christopherson. So
oh no.
The 2022 Southwestern National Champion versus the 2023 Southwestern National Champion.
And teammates.
We're teammates. Really good friends. And we share pretty much as we can with each other. So this this comes down to, who's feeling better that day, I guess.
Man,
I don't know.
This is brother against brother here.
I'm telling you. Jay Christopherson, I mean, anybody that's going up against Jay is going to count. Just they're got to cross your T's and dot your I's to go against Jay.
Well, and let's not just count you. I will just say, if I'm being impartial, both of you are forces of nature in this sport. Like, I've shot against both of you for years and years, and it's almost like I don't remember bad days from either of you. Like, it's far and few between that either of you have a bad day. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, it's a good match. Anyway, I don't know what else to say other than I want to thank our sponsors.
Where are we at the match at this point? I forget.
This is towards the end. I mean,
okay.
We're both on the lower bracket, so whoever loses is out. Yeah, exactly. This match is it's a big one. Now, Jay is coming from a big win. He just took out another teammate, Todd Hendricks. He just knocked out Todd Hendricks, and now, as things go, right, the bracket, he knocked out Todd Hendricks, and now he's gonna face me. So he just knocked out a teammate, and now he has to face another one, that's just how it works. So whatever.
Is. And V Squared should say we have some of the best sponsors out there.
Absolutely, man. Vitavori's been with us since day one. Great sponsor. They make great products, great powder. Mm-hmm. Their triple nickel powders is my go-to powder for the PRCW. It just works.
Mine
so
too.
Good. Travels really well. Borden Actions. Again, Jim Borden, just in my opinion, makes some of the best actions in the world. Not only just competition actions, but you can build hunting rifles with these actions. You can build really, PRS rifles. You can build ELR, whatever. He's got it. Brooks Barrels. Talk about, again, just a manufacturer that creates products for competition shooters, and not only just competition shooters. Again, you want to have a really good barrel in your hunting rifle. Brooks Barrel. You want to compete at the highest level? Brooks Barrels. They make, again, some of the best barrels in the world. Seb Rests. Seb, over 90% of the competitors use Seb Rest for a reason. Again, without Seb Rest, I don't know where the sport would be. If you take away the Seb Rests, we immediately go back 10 years in advancement. So Seb Rest, great sponsor, great supporter of all things F-class and bench rest.
Yeah.
And Precision Pay. Precision Pay is a Second Amendment friendly payment processor. We use them on our website. Very grateful for people that are starting to, start companies supporting the Second Amendment, because there's so many companies that are literally trying to push us out of the way. Anybody that does anything firearm related. But
the great thing about Precision Pay is they don't, you never have to worry that you're doing something in the 2A field.
Exactly. Yeah. Great. I know the CEO, great people. So anyway, support the sponsors because they support us.
Yep.
On to the match, I guess.
All we can do is get into it. Now, I know we like to talk about the gear. What were you using?
Oh, yes. I'm using a Borden Action, the BRM XD.
Okay.
I'm using a Brooks barrel, 32-inch, 1-9 twist. Burger bullets, 180 hybrid. I'm using Vitavori triple nickel powder, PRCW, which is the 6.5 PRC necked up to 7mm. I'm using a Collis scope, the Collis 1050, and I'm using what else? Oh, Seb Rest, a Seb Neo X, and I think that's all there is to it. Of course, I'm using a Easy Tuner, the V2, and I'm using a. That's it. I think that's.
And what about
all
Jay?
of it.
Do we know what Jay's running?
Yeah, so Jay is also running a Borden.
Okay.
BRM XD. He's using my stock is a Shirley Brothers.
Okay.
Now Dima actually has a stock that you can buy from Dima because you can no longer get it from Shirley Brothers.
Yeah.
Jay, he's using an X-Ring stock.
Okay.
BRM XD Action. He's using a BRCW cartridge, 180 hybrids, triple nickel Vitavori N555. He's using a Brooks barrel. And he's using I believe he's using a Vortex Golden Eagle scope.
Okay.
And he's using a Seb Mini for his wrist. Other than that, I mean, we have very similar. I think the only difference here is the stocks.
Yeah, and you're running Flavio triggers, right?
Correct. Flavio triggers, and Jay, I believe, is running the same. So, I mean, we're teammates, so we're running as close of equipment as possible. So, all right. Comes down to the shooter, I guess, and whoever has luck on their side.
Let's see what happens.
All right, John, here we go. Here we go. So Jay just took his first shot.
Okay. Looks like we have a little bit of wind out there. You guys definitely were not starting in a 0 condition.
Correct. So Jay just put a 4 up there, just a liner 4. And you can hear the wind. The wind's up there.
Yeah.
Wind's coming from the right. Look at those flags on the right.
I know you're from Texas, but I mean, we do have to also point out it was, somewhere in the high 80s, low 90s with like 70-something% humidity. It was not great conditions physically either.
Yep. So Jay's running looks like a Mr. Miyagi here. He's running a headband and it's got the elbow pads and.
That's smart. Like we've seen a lot of competitors.
I'm wearing elbow pads too. I mean, you're laying on concrete. Now I'm wearing pants, so it's not that hot for me.
What do you say? There's 2 seasons in Texas.
Yeah, there's this summer and last summer. All right, here we go. So Jay's second shot was a V. He started up well. I start off with 2 5s.
All right.
Now you see me click up. I just put a click in. It's I call it safety clicking. I don't want to go all the way up because I have to take my, I got 2 shots on target, so I got to take my group size into consideration. And at this point, I don't know what size my group is, so I just want to just move it in that direction. They're both low, so I put in a click, which is only 1 inch away. It's definitely not enough if I have a laser, but it just keeps it centered up.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, oof is correct. Jay, now look at those flags though. Jay kind of got blown out there.
Look at that second flag on the left. It's definitely moving.
Yeah. Now, you can see me taking my time here. It's look at those flags on the right. They're definitely pumping. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if it's going to stabilize or it's going to die back down. And as you see, they're dying back down.
And you do not use a spotting scope. So you haven't used a spotting scope for individual shooting for
ever.
As long as I've known you.
Now, you see I waited for the flags to die down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Jay shot when the flags were up, pushed them out there. And instead of me trying to get in on that window, I waited. I want to see, I got 45 seconds. So I want to see whether I had to shoot in that condition or it was gonna die back down. And of course, when it died back down, that's when I shot. Yeah. So now Jay should be centered up, or he's gonna be to the right if he compensates for his last shot.
Yeah, those flags definitely are changing right now.
Yeah, now Jay's taking his time too. He knows he got bit on the last one, and again, very experienced shooter. Mm-hmm. So he's making sure that doesn't happen again.
Where's he at here? There he goes.
Now you saw me close my bolt there pretty quick. That means I'm liking the condition that I see. He shot. I'm trying to get in on that.
So let me ask you a question outside of that. With your glasses, you're running transition glasses, right?
Right.
And so do you ever have a problem under cover where you're forced to use your regular glasses that are in transitions? And I notice they're obviously a little dark. Does that ever affect you?
No. The only time the transition glasses kind of affected me was in England, because England it's completely sunny and the next minute it's raining and cloudy, and then the next minute it's sunny again. So when it would be sunny, my glasses would turn dark, and then when it get really cloudy, all of a sudden I had to shoot, and my glasses are dark, and there's not a whole lot of light out there, and it was hard to see the target, you know. So everything. So I had to wait. I had to wait for them to turn clear, and sometimes there wasn't enough time. All right, so Jay kind of plugged the 4 down there. In the meantime, I'm hitting nothing but 5s. Now keep in mind that wind is not mild, so I'm happy with 5s.
Yeah, I mean 5s are good right now, right?
Yeah. Now Jay just shot a 4 on this last shot, so he's not. He's trying to minimize the damage.
5, thank you. 4, 2.
Yeah, now those left flags, they want to show a little bit of condition there. Man,
here we go.
Centered up.
Now I'm watching myself shoot there, and you know, I'm pretty happy with my routine. I'm following my routine every time. You know, I shoot, I follow through, I open the bolt, I take out the piece of brass, I throw another one in there, and then I lift my head to reset. And I've been doing that every time, which is good. That tells me I'm in a good mental place. Because when the stress gets up, that kind of falls apart. So I close my bolt, I work the gun back and forth, and then I put my head down. So I had to come up and look at the flags. And you'll see I follow through. I open the bolt, take the brass out, throw another one in there, and then I lift my head. See?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my routine every time.
Yeah.
And then I just wait, you know. So I'm in a good place. Again, now I'm hitting some V's. Now, Jay, you know, now it is fair to say this is my home range, right? So I do have an advantage over Jay.
Yeah, yeah. You have won a few matches in this place.
But again, Jay, I just feel like you never have an advantage over Jay. It's just he's such a good shooter.
5. Thank you.
But that's V squared, right? Like you can't blink twice with pretty much anybody that shows up at these things.
Right.
I mean, these are the best 32 shooters in the country.
Now, you know, keep in mind Jay's 2 points behind. I'm just even more relaxed. I'm shaking my head. I didn't like something there.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so something didn't feel right when I broke the shot, and I immediately shook my head. And it's because I did something. It's hard to explain, but again, I have this system, right? And when something just falls outside of that system, even though even though it was a V, I still wasn't 100% happy with it, and I don't remember what happened there, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
and at this point, you're 8 shots in. Jay needs you to really, he's 3 points behind because of the V's.
Yeah,
and
I'd have to shoot a 2.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, very unlikely based on the way I've been shooting. My gun's shooting well. See how Jay just shot there, and I closed the bolt immediately. That means I like what I see. So I'm gonna shoot quick. Now, I say quick. You can see I'm taking my time, but I'm not taking my time. I'm just making sure everything's good before I let it go.
All right, good job, dude. I'm gonna finish it out though.
I got one more.
I know, but you.
Are you conceding?
No.
I thought he was conceding because, you know, I don't want to shoot the last shot, right? Anything. I can have a bullet blow up, which is again extremely unlikely, but anything can happen. I can crossfire. There's so many things that can happen. So if he concedes, I'll take it, because that means I don't have to take that shot, right?
Yeah.
And he realized, and he's like, no, never mind. I'm not conceding. Because he was starting to do the math, and he realized he can't beat me, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
9 on.
So I got to take the last shot. And again, I'm not rushing it.
You have a pretty big safety margin here, though.
But this is just one stage, right? Like, I want to make sure I stay in it.
See? I'm going to shoot my last one, though. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, we see a lot of people concede, and really, that one point, he could try something totally outside of what he was comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know, he could learn something from this one shot that could make a difference.
Now, that's, you know, Jay. He's mentally strong. He just lost it. He's like, he's still going. You know, I'm gonna take the last shot. You know. Now I have no idea. Talk about trying something. I don't know what he did there.
Yeah, but it was probably valuable for him, whatever it was. I mean,
win on that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Ready, Jay? Yep.
All right. So we took about a 10-minute break here, and now I get to go first because I'm the, you know, I won the last stage.
Yeah. Now, just in general, if you look at the setup, your gun is significantly lower than Jay's is. Do you think that is, like, is there anything to how low or high a setup is compared to how a shooter addresses a gun?
I don't know. That's just how I like to shoot. You know, even my stock is what they call low rider. I keep everything really low to the ground.
Yeah.
That's just my shooting style. Now, Jay, you know, you can see I'm shooting on my chest. Jay shoots on his elbows.
Okay.
Now look at the recoil difference. I mean, we're basically shooting identical cartridges, identical speeds, and just look at the recoil difference.
Yeah, I noticed Jay's had a little more torque to it.
Thank you.
Whew.
Man, you can hear that wind. Look at that flag up there, the third flag on the right.
Yeah.
It's really pushing. Yep, I told you.
Thank you.
You hear the wind. Now,
you gonna take a safety click on this one?
For those of you, well, I saw the flag, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at it and I'm going, because, you know, it's like I compensated and it's still, but, you know, aerodynamic jump, right? It pushes the bullet left and up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, try not to shoot in that. So
but I did see you take a safety click on it.
Yeah, just an eighth MOA, which, you know, from where I was at, I needed a half MOA. But I just put one down, just you have to, you know, you have to take everything into consideration, right?
And now you're a big proponent. I know it's how you've taught me. Click, don't shade. If you're gonna take you're gonna take that safety click, take that 8th minute down and still make your same hold. Don't try to shade below or above your hold points.
If you could shade quarter MOA or eighth MOA, you would never miss a wind call, right? Like, I know it's different, but it's shading. You know, a lot of people say, "Well, I'll just shade." It's not as precise.
Yeah.
Sometimes they forget to shade. Sometimes they shade the wrong way. You know. So see, I took down one click from where I was at, and now I'm in the V ring. But the wind condition is different.
Yeah, that's moving now.
Well, it's moving less than last time I shot. I'll try to start talking about the wind conditions here, because obviously I was shooting, so this is something that we don't usually get to see, is videos of me actually shooting.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at those flags on the right, obviously. The ones on the left, those are old news. The wind already happened. You really don't. That's old information. You want to look at the upwind flags is what you want to look at. So now those flags are dying down. So right now the key indicators are the second and third flags. Right?
4.
Now Jay's getting frustrated now, because that's just the gun. That's just a big gun.
Yeah.
So I see the second flag die down, but the third one's up. So I'm probably going to hit a 5 upwind or a V. Okay. So that means I moved. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's just typically what I do. If I see that, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to what I call safe side. And I'm glad I did. I still hit a V downwind.
Yeah.
again, the third flag is really pumping right now.
I can see that.
Now there's an opening. Those have never been to Bayou Rifle Club. There's an opening down there, so that's why that's the only one that. Well, not the only one. That's the most active one. Yeah, Jay's just frustrated at this point. You know, that rifle's just not doing him justice. Now, in the meantime, I still have another match after this one, so you can't say, "Oh, I'm just gonna just send it." I still want to shoot as good as possible. Because I want to practice the. Now you can see Jay's going faster now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's frustration or if that's just him trying to speed me up. Now notice I'm kind of maintaining my pace.
Yep.
He's going faster. And he's going really fast.
He's just railing him out now.
Yeah. And you know I welcome the faster pace because you know look at that wind. But at the same time, you don't see me rushing my shots. That's super important.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel Jay's pain. Like, if you shoot long enough, you end up in a situation where sometimes the gun just isn't responding the way you want it to.
Yeah, now look at those flags. They died way down. And you can see, I'm going to take my time because I'm trying to see if they're going to pick back up or if this is the condition that I'm going to shoot. I'm waiting. The wind hasn't made up its mind. And obviously, I don't want to shoot a 4 here. Because if I hold my same hold, I'm going to hit a 4 upwind. Look at those flags now.
Yeah.
Now, the third flag is trying to do something. So I finally waited for it to kind of settle down. And there it is. I mean, that means I moved over. Now, Jay's making it really easy for me right now because he's shooting fast. It's almost, see, and then, like I told you, if I had held what I held, I would have went upwind.
That's some strong shooting. I mean,
yeah, I'm really seeing it right now. And like I said, Jay shooting that fast is actually helping me. You know, the flags are up again, so I'm gonna hold upwind. I'll probably move the full half MOA right now. Yep. See, I moved and I still went downwind.
Yeah.
You notice I'm closing the bolt pretty quick because I'm like, oh, I know what this wind's doing. Boom. That's got to be a V or a 5 upwind. Yep. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just strategy, right? All right.
Well, and you've got a tight gun. I mean,
yeah. And now the flags are down, and I'm probably gonna wait. Yep, sure enough. I'm like, all right, what's this wind gonna do? It just cycles, right? It's back to the same cycle from like 5 shots ago. So I'm like, okay, I'll just hold this. I hold what I held there, and boom, another V.
Good shooting, dude. Fucking cleaned it twice. Thank you.
Man. And I think, like, I'm just gonna say, like, you can't take anything away from Jake. He is an amazing shooter, and I mean, the dude builds guns and loads and stuff. But people have no idea how hard. Like, you heard Jay say, "Dude, you shot 2 cleans," and you know, and I think it's easy because a lot of us, you know, a lot of people see us shoot at like Southwest, and we shoot at other places where it's string fire and, you know, cleans are, you know, fairly common. But people don't understand how hard that was for you to shoot 2 cleans in a row in those conditions, under-timed. You know, like, that was very good shooting with a really good gun. So yeah, that was impressive to watch.
Thank you. Like I said, I when you're seeing it, you're seeing it. You know, it's just I've been on the other side of that coin as well, where I'm sitting there just scratching my head, going, man, I'm pretty sure I knew where it was going to go, and it didn't. So
yeah,
you just got to enjoy it when it's working for you, and just admit it when it's not. You know, it's part of it, man. It's just part of the game. But yeah, as you saw, as the match went on, I just kept growing stronger, and having Jay shoot 4s again, it took all the pressure away from me, and it became a game of, let's see how many V's I can get. You know,
and
as you saw, I was no longer playing it safe on that second one, because I didn't need to, and now it became like, let's see how many V's I can hit. And I hit 8 out of 10, which is 8 shots and 5 inches at 1,000 yards out of the 10, which obviously the gun was really, really working. But again, it just worked out. Like I said, I could see the wind.
Here's what I would tell the people that are watching. Like, it's one thing to watch this and say, okay, like, here's the scores and, this and that. What I really try to encourage people who ask me about these videos is watch them for what the shooters are doing. And I think you did a great job of pointing out, since it was you know what you were doing. I've watched my own videos of V Squared. I would encourage people who really want to get, whether it's hunting, competitive, whatever it is, film yourself shooting a string of rounds, and you will see your deficiencies that quick. And I think if people go back and watch what you were doing, I think, like, if you could get that on a grid, if you could overlay a grid with your shooting and you watch your head movement, your arm movement, it was so perfectly exactly the same. Your head came up the same, your arm came out the same, the bolt lift is the same. And you cannot tell people enough who are new to this sport or trying to improve in this sport how important that is. And that's one of the things you've always kicked my butt on. When we couldn't shoot together, you'll stand behind me and you'll be like, nope. And I mean, you'll kick me, you'll kick my arm, you'll kick my leg, you're moving it, you're out of
How about we nudge? I'm not really kicking.
Well, nudge. But one of the best things you ever taught me to do is go out and film yourself. Yeah. And these videos really showcase how important that is.
I remember one time, and I don't mean to kick a dead horse, but no. you were shooting, and you'd shoot and you take the brass out and then you'd put it in the click it holder. And then you grab another. I'm like, John, what are you doing? Like, why are you like storing your brass right now? That you don't worry about that right now. Worry about the wind and worry about putting shots on target. But it's economy of motion.
Yeah,
that's all I can tell you. Work on that and work on doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. And where it's really going to help is when you're stressed out. Having a system is going to help, because especially one that you mastered, because and it doesn't have to be mine. It can, or like mine. I'm not saying mine's perfect. It just works for me, right? You can have your own, but if you practice the same every time, whenever you get stressed out, there was stress here. There was definitely stress, but and as you saw, sometimes Jay started rushing, and I would shoot faster, but my routine was exactly the same every time. And I just practice that a lot, simply because I know when I get stressed out, I need to, you fall back to the lowest level of preparation, right? Yeah. And I'm obviously very happy. I had to take out Jay, but that's just. Yeah. If I didn't take him out, he was going to take me out. That's just how it goes.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
That's the V2 finale. But anyway,
that works.
I move on and Jay's out.
Yeah. It's these videos are always. I love watching them. Even though we're there, even though we're experiencing it, every time we do these videos, I learn something, and I really hope that people watching learn something. Because if you can watch this video and just take one thing away every time that you can incorporate into your system or whatever it is. That's where these videos are so instrumental for people that want to advance in this sport.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, like and subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends. I mean, I'm sure there's something here they can enjoy, they can learn from, hopefully, and go get some points. How do you get points, John?
Go to a match. Make sure that it qualifies. It's not that hard. Make sure you do well. You'll get points. You cannot be invited to this match if you don't have a point. Like, even 1 point might just get you invited at some point. But go out and shoot, get the points, and you just might be in these videos.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much. Keep them centered.
Absolutely. We'll see you later.